afternoon, Big Blue Nation. This is Lee with That Kentucky Basketball Chick coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are finally here. We have made it. The Kentucky Wildcat sports season is about to start, the 25-26 season, and I am so excited. I don't know about you guys, but it has been a long summer. I mean, so long that I watched the NBA draft and I watched the NBA finals mainly because the NBA draft because of Amari Williams, Kobe Bryant, see where they landed. But also the NBA finals because I needed some basketball in my life. I watched the TBT tournament. Now that was fun. TBT tournament was very fun. I wish the La Familia could have had a longer run, but it's all right. We finally made it. We have a football game on Saturday against Toledo, so we'll see what happens there. We've got we're here. We've made it. So we've got a lot to talk about. I want to wrap up kind of what happened with basketball at the end of last year, and then we'll talk about a little bit about football or what we know about football coming up. So guys, I need you to crack open an ice cold Dr. Pepper, and let's get to it. Crisp, refreshing, delicious. Anyway, so let's talk. Let's start with basketball. We'll end with football. So last year, we had an amazing run. We had a pretty good tournament run considering the years before. We beat Troy, we beat Illinois, and we punched our ticket to the Sweet 16 and unfortunately lost to Tennessee. Of all teams, we had to lose to the Vols. But that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but life moves on. And this year, I believe we're going to go further. We had an amazing season. The first year of Mark Pope, I would give it an A minus. And the reason I would give it an A minus is because the only thing to me that would put a cherry on top of the awesome Sunday that was the first year of the Mark Pope would be if we had beaten Arkansas on February 1st. It's not the end of the world, but that's the one I think that every single UK fan had marked on their calendar. Since the schedule came out, I know I did. I know a lot of people did. I wanted to be there. It was a hot ticket. I mean, the price to get in on that game was absolutely insane. But we lost. But besides that, we beat Duke. We beat Gonzaga. We beat Florida. We beat Louisville. I mean, we had just, games that we should not have won that we did. And especially that Zaga game. I am so impressed with how we came back. It was amazing. I'm so thankful for the team that came and decided to come to Kentucky. The 6 seniors that were, not necessarily a one and done, but they only played here for 1 year and then they were gone. Andrew Carr, Kobe Bryant, Ainsley Almanor, Lamont Butler, Jackson Robinson, and Amari Williams. I will remember these players forever. And I can't say that about every single team before that. In fact, when you watch the NBA video at Rupp, some of those kids, I couldn't even tell you who they are. And I am a huge, huge Kentucky fan. But I couldn't be more happy with Mark Pope and what he did last year. And as we get into the 25-26 season, I just expect more. I expect greatness. We've got some great guys coming back. Otega Oweh. So happy he's coming back. It was one of the biggest news from May, and I was waiting for it, and I could not wait for it. Trent Noah, Colin Chandler, Brandon Garrison, very happy Brandon Garrison is coming back. I have a soft spot for Brandon Garrison. Not everybody can say that, but I do. I think he's a cool kid. He's just got to keep his temper in check. But then we've got kids like Mobe Diabate from Alabama, Denzel Aberdeen from Florida, Jaden Quaintance from Arizona State, and Jaden Lowe from Pitt. And I'm sure I'm missing some, but those kids are coming, and I think we're going to have a great team. We'll actually dive into the transfers, who's coming, who stayed, when it gets closer to basketball season. But I had to talk about basketball just because basketball is what I know and what I love. So, I can't wait. Transfer season was crazy, absolutely crazy. And it's hard as a UK fan because you think you're getting one kid and you might get another. But the one thing that I think everybody can agree on is I wouldn't say disappointment because it's understanding. Like, I understand why this happened. But Travis Perry leaving to go to Ole Miss, I understand it completely. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't have made that choice. The money's great. He's not sure if he's going to get playing time this year because of how guard heavy we are. But I will miss seeing him in Kentucky blue. But I understand. But when he comes to town next year, you best believe we aren't going to let him win. We just can't. But as I said, we'll get into all the logistics of the Kentucky team for basketball for this next season closer to time. We do start off our season with Purdue on October 24th. Purdue is the projected #1 team, which is crazy that we played them right out of the gate. But you know what Pope said, and I agree with him. We want the hardest schedule. And I think our non-conference schedule is very difficult. I mean, we play Louisville early. We play St. John's. We play Zaga, Michigan State, Indiana, North Carolina, and I'm sure I'm missing some. But like I said, we'll get into that a little bit later and, closer to time. But we have a football game coming up. So let's segue into football. So Saturday, we kick off at 12:45 Eastern Time, 11:45 Central Time, and we are playing Toledo. I don't know much about Toledo, and honestly, do we know much about our football team? No. But what we do know is we do have a quarterback, and that would be Zach Calzada. Zach Calzada was named quarterback #1, and Cutter Bowley will be the backup quarterback. So hopefully they can get done. I've heard we've got a good offensive line, so hopefully they can help. And hopefully we have a big blue wall coming too. So I'm excited. This is going to be a fun season. I'm worried about our football team because I do think this is for Stoops a must-win season, as in go to a bowl, or they may be rethinking some things. And and that's not to bash Stoops. I think Stoops is an amazing coach. I just think last year was such a letdown that people were just like, why are we coming to these games? We're not even winning at home. So I'm excited. I do think we have a very, very, very tough schedule. But we're Kentucky. I don't expect anything less. Texas is coming to town, so the Mannings will be there, or at least Arch Manning. Maybe we'll get a Peyton sighting. Maybe we'll get an Eli sighting. But Arch Manning is the quarterback at Texas, so that'll be an exciting game. I think it's also the homecoming game, which is, I guess we're not scared, which is good. Ole Miss comes to us. Tennessee comes to us. We just have a tough schedule. It is what it is. You're in the SEC. So my prediction, I do think we'll win over 4.5 games. That's a bet on DraftKings right now. I do believe we will win that. As I said, I don't really know how to feel. I think we're either going to go completely miserable losing season, or we're going to do something miraculous, like college playoff miraculous. I'm hoping it's miraculous side versus the miserable side, but we will see what happens. So I'm excited. We've got some really cool stuff going to happen this year. I am going to be doing something during football season called Sideline Style, where we will get you all ready with Kentucky gear. As you can see, I've got a bunch of it here. And during basketball season, it'll be Courtside Couture. So look out on my Instagram for those reels. The other thing we're going to do this year, my dog is going to be involved. His name is Rupp, very on brand for a Kentucky girl um, like myself. And he's going to have a little thing on Instagram called Rupp's Picks. So every week he'll be picking who he thinks is going to win the game. And it's going to be a lot of fun. He is a mini Bernie Doodle from Bluegrass Bernie Doodles. Shout out Bluegrass Bernie Doodles. They are amazing there. And he is great. I will say I introduced you guys to him at the end of March Madness, or at the end of the Kentucky March Madness run, when he was about 12 weeks old. He is much bigger now. But yeah, he will make an appearance. So yeah, I'm excited. We're going to do a lot of really fun things this year. I cannot wait to see what happens with football, and cannot wait for basketball to start. So until then, go Cats!